Alright, so today we're going to be working on the 1994 Chevrolet S10. So this one, four-wheel drive, 4.3 Vortec, and I guess you could call this general maintenance, but just kind of me falling short. There's something wrong with my blower motor. I have old new parts, I guess you could say. My window wiper motor's going out, and if we've got time, I'd like to go ahead and switch out my AC compressor. So here is the blower fan motor, and all that. There's the window wiper motor. There's the AC compressor. She's a little rough. I have had it for almost a year now. I've just been slacking on getting all that done. I've got my tools and everything all ready to go. A couple sockets and everything ready for that. So I think we're going to start with the window wiper motor, which I believe it's three 10 mil bolts here, and then one down at the bottom, as well as this connection here. But before you get into all that, I'm going to go ahead and take the hat off, loosen it up there, then I'm going to take off this plastic so that I can get to the shaft on the actual motor itself. But I've got to take off the windshield wipers as well. For the blower motor, it looks like I've actually got to take out my coolant reservoir just to clear me up some space so I can get way down into there to get to these bolts. Then it's just, again, connection. For the AC compressor, two of the reasons I know for a fact it don't work is it leaks right here in the seam all the way around. As well as, I don't know if the previous owner threw a belt, but this actually would go right back there off of that piece there, so it sits something like that. I don't know if they threw a belt at one point in its life or what, but yeah. So with the motor that I got for this truck, which is also a 4.3 Vortec that I'm going to build, the guy gave me this AC compressor. So I think I'm going to put it to use. He said it still worked. I'm gonna try it. I will have to go get some R134A to be able to really test this out. But I know this fitting here is brand new. Y'all are probably already gonna mention it. I do need to get a cap for that. Not super pressed on it. I'll wrap it in electrical tape just to get by. Actually, one of the times I went to the junkyard, I even picked up this little connector, which is this connector here, just because I didn't know 110 if this one was damaged anywhere else. I'll have to look it over. So I think we'll go ahead and just start nitpicking. I'll go ahead and take the hat off of the throttle body, and then I'll go ahead and pull my windshield wipers off, and then go ahead and start on that little cover. There's a name for it and I cannot think of it. I'm going to start with the hat. I'll have to get that flathead off the top of there, but we're going to do these two screws. Just wing nuts, basically. Pretty simple. Just take this off, but you can get to your injectors and all that from right there. I'll have to pick that up off the ground here in a little bit, but I'll probably forget about it. I'll set all this to the side, keep it getting dirty. Gotta grab that flathead. The extra long one. Always gotta use a big tool. Go ahead and set this to the side. Then I've got to go ahead and shut my hood and get my window washers on. Window wipers. Now the motors themselves, it still works, it just stops where it wants to. And then it caused my washer fluid can just stop. Now these look like 13 or 14 millimeter. We'll find out. Then I'll get the impact. It's not a 12. Runaway 10 mil. She's 13. For anybody that ever needed to know. Now sometimes these can be a pain to get off the shaft. Sometimes you just gotta wriggle them back and forth until they come off. Ooh. I'm gonna set them up here in the orientation that I pulled them off on. I know which side is which. That one won't so bad. Alright. Now I am actually just going to, I can't take them off yet, there's a screw in there. Looks like it's just one screw, and then I know it's a clip. This should already be the right. Oh, she's loose. That ain't good. These are a 7 mil. If anybody ever needs to know. She won't even thread it in there. That ain't no good, I guess. He's in there. Let me get my I think there's only 3 of these on the whole thing. Take the hood off. I don't recommend it because it's more work than you think. You gotta take all this off, take the hood off, put the hood all back on. Sometimes it's just easier, unless you're doing something like the snowmobile, where I wasn't gonna use that hood anyway. I actually ran over it in my backyard. Sorry for all you haters who needed a Sonoma hood. It sat on Marketplace for 3 weeks, so should have bought it. It was only, shoot, I'd have taken 20 bucks. The only thing that was wrong with the whole hood, it was missing clear coat. This little devil's a fighter. This one is fucking hard. There she goes. It looks like I got 2 more over there. One of them looks like a aftermarket screw. Once I get these plastics off, I'll show you what we're working with up under, just in case anybody ever wondered what hides up under there. Now we do have a Phillips head screw right here. Wonder who did that. Probably me. This one is not like at all. Coming right up her hand loosen this if I really wanted to. A little snug. Not too bad. I will have to get all that stuff out of the way so I can get in and out of there with the motor. And it feels like it's just spinning. Let me try and take off the other one. Unfortunately, I gotta use the shorty. these plastics on these trucks, especially the center one, can be extremely brittle. Be pretty careful if it's your first time ever taking one apart. Now, if I break it, I actually have a spare. I hoard S10 parts. I'm not gonna lie. If you can get your hands on them, keep them. Definitely. I've done hit my head twice on this dang hood. I'm gonna have to do the unthinkable. Put a little persuasion under this plastic. Spin it. I really don't want to have to break it just to replace this. Thankfully, I was able to get the entire little dowel piece out. I have to kind of shut the hood now to get the edges out. Hopefully the whole center piece will come off. But here's the clip. Just carefully pull up. We'll set these up here. This one I popped off already. Make sure you're just held on with them little clips there. This one had been painted from the old white truck, the old S10. Same here. Bring it back up. This is that pop down pin. Dang flathead, too. Do I even have a shorty flathead in here? I have a second shorty Phillips. I don't know where all my shorty flatheads done run off to, but there's the one from the white truck on top of its transmission. We're just going to go ahead and get this one off of here. I didn't even see it. It's the same color as the plastic. There's a pop pin that come out. I'll have to take that off and pop it back in there and screw it back in or something, glue it, I don't know. There's that. I know it's back and forth, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you. I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all what I was talking about. So here's that. Don't mind this blue cable. That's for my sub. But we're after that bolt right there. And then here's how your wipers work. This just rotates in a clockwise position. And then just does that. Which this one's not bad, so I'm gonna keep it. Just as just in case. Pop rod back in. Hood prop. So there's the throttle body and the injectors. And this is what we're after. We had to pull that out because we wouldn't have been able to get right up into here. So I just gotta unhook that, which you can tell I've been in here before. Zip tie holding her in. Pop it out. there's that. Now I just got to get at them 2 or 3. I believe they're 10 mils, but I'll go ahead and take care of that size. I'm not too sure yet what it looks like. And I should have kept the hood down. I'll go ahead and move y'all just a little closer, just so y'all can kind of try and get a better view of where I'm at. But I'm gonna get the 10 mils. I'm gonna figure out what size that one is. I'm gonna have to block your view for just a minute, just so I can figure this part out. Looks like it could be a 15. No. Wow. As big as that thing is. Well, no, it's 16's. Nope. Go to a 13. Yeah, well, I just noticed something. Somebody called me and I didn't notice. And it stopped recording. So, but you didn't miss much. I just went ahead and pulled these 2 bolts out. The 2 10 mils. I've got one more left down up under. I guess y'all get to see the most exciting part. I took the other 2 out with the impact. So let me try and get at this last one. Actually, we'll just thread one of these back in. Just to kind of keep her in position. I've already loosened it a little bit. Started loosening it, and then he went ahead and called me a second time. I guess I will tell you, I do use an iPhone to record these, but it's not my main phone. So when he called, when I was actually fully bent over, I felt the phone vibrating up against the truck in my leg. Been hitting a tight spot. This really doesn't take that long. If you know what you're doing, maybe a 10-minute job at most. Especially if you have everything already laid out, like I kind of did. Don't drop her in there. Don't want to have to go searching for it. And I will test it before I go ahead and just put everything back together. There's the old one, kinda. She's a little on the crusty side, I'll say that. This one actually, I think this is actually a remanufactured one. Because the one that I'm putting in there come off the Sonoma, and it actually has a date written on there. So that could be the date there, 93. But I doubt that. The other one actually says GM and all that. see the date. I've seen it somewhere. Oh well. Go ahead, just get this bad boy done. She goes in like that. The fuse is always, or the not fuse, the connection is always on the upper side when it comes to these old school S10s. And you might say, oh, this isn't too old school. She's a 94. She's older than I am. And if you're having to watch this to put this stuff together, probably older than you are too. Thankfully, a lot of this stuff is just hand thread back, make it a little easier. The hardest one is going to be that one on the bottom. My tobacco stick done burned a little bit of plastic. That's fine. She ain't a show truck, she's the daily. But she don't have to be the prettiest daily. But I do like it to work right. Hopefully the bottom one goes as smoothly as these two did. I know it won't, but it'd be nice to have that. Nice to have that happen. Get the shorter extension, put this one in. And you can tell that these are. This one's a little crusty, but it's got this little recess. The threads aren't just grinding on the rubber bushings. She started, but she's fighting. The other two went fine, so I'm just gonna go ahead and give her a little help with the right, there she goes. Throttle body's still a little warm. I drove her to work today and then got home and immediately popped the hood and let her sit open for a few minutes. That I can start doing this. Nice day for it. If you're still watching, you know, you hit that subscribe, hit the like, you maybe leave a comment, stuff like that. Tightening. Now I'm not going to tighten these with the Ugga impact. I'm going to hit them with the old hand. I have to get back on these dang bolts. Come on now. Oh. She's fighting hard just for me to get on it. It's that dang throttle cable right there in the way. Fine. We gonna get it. I mean, we got to at this point. Ain't got no other choice. I might cut this out, I don't know. There we go. And just like that, that one's tightened. Boom. I'll go ahead and just plug her in, and then we'll start on the back side, getting the actual wipers hooked back up. Yep, there's our good old zip tie clip. We'll have to drop the hood back down just to get to that. We got our 13 right here. My nut sitting right there. Part is just remembering where exactly you had it. It's kind of at a weird spot where it was kind of a pain to get to, but I can always readjust them on this. We'll go ahead and just start snugging her down. Then you gotta hold it, lock her in. Ooh. Just leave that up there for now. We'll probably pop them back on before I go ahead and do all that. So I'll go ahead and show you all what we done. There's the new old one. There's my little zip tie clip. She's all bolted back on there. There's that. So this is all done, finally. Now we're gonna jump to this. I don't think we're gonna get to this today, but who knows? I would still have to go get the Freon. So I will just change where y'all are at. And we'll put you right there. That looks pretty good. Oh. That looks pretty good. I'd say so myself. I'm a professional. We'll start with pulling the reservoir off. We're gonna unhook this. I don't know what this guy's for. Unhook it by taking that bolt out. 10 mil. She's in plastic, so you definitely want to use the impact. Just take her and set her to the side. Same with this. These ain't nothing but vacuum lines. These actually look like they need to be replaced too. I am just gonna unhook that. Just so I can get them separated. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this reservoir out. 3 bolts. I know I said 2 earlier, but it's 2. It's 3 bolts. 3 10 mils, I do believe. Yep. Take a little impact to them. And I am going to look into getting a head strap or something just so that y'all can actually see what I'm seeing. We got a broken weld on the bottom. She doesn't come off. I'll have to fix that. The last one is here. Got some red on the bottom too. It's about time we washed her too. Don't worry, all my vehicles need a little bit of maintenance. We're gonna go ahead and pop our lower. Well, that went all the way to the ground. But, never pull it off while the radiator's hot. That should be fine. And hopefully I can get to all these without having to disconnect a whole bunch of stuff. I'm hoping so. It'll probably still be a pain in the butt, but here's our connector. I'll just go ahead and slowly start taking some of this off. Here's our breather hose. This one was a big goal of mine I wanted to get done. Every time I turn my heat on, that's all you'd hear. It would run fine for a second and then just... I'm pretty sure there's something in here, or one of the fan plates broke, which both are very likely. And then I need a quarter extension. Just gonna take y'all with me and help me find it. My tool bag is a mess. Just swipe around here for a second, and then I'll go check into Sonoma. Which I've been pretty good about putting them in this pocket. It just ain't in there. I always gotta keep that spare zip tied. Thought it'd have been in here. If it had been anywhere, I think it'd been amongst them guys, but it's not. That's how good she closes. Door fully closed. 4 standing sockets sitting on top. You know what, let's do this. I'll bring you back when I find this 1/4 inch extension. I did not find the extension I was looking for. I found the short one, a little shorty one. But if you wanted to know the other size for them bolts, 9/32. I found a deep dish. Just made it the length of the other one. Now I can get down in there a little easier. Hopefully. Some of them are going to be a little bit of a pain to get to. I think I might have to disconnect this wire harness. Shouldn't be nothing. It looks like an 8mm. Unfortunately, I don't have one of those just on hand. I have to go dig for it. These screws I don't want to lose. I have more, but I don't want to lose these. You don't ever want to lose the ones that go specific to your fitment. a good few of these in here as well. But they're just regular old screws. I mean, they look like, honestly, they're shaped like drywall screws, but they're going into a plastic body. Now take it down just a tad bit shorter. Yes, it's a good thing we did find that 9/32. Sucks is now it looks like it's too short. Now, we're going to try this. I'll take the 7mm, put it on there, and hopefully... Nope. That kind of sucks. I mean, we can get it. It's fairly loose. Sorry this is taking longer than I thought it was. I didn't think this one would take as long. But I guess that took longer than I thought it would too. So I guess we're on schedule. I got one left. I think that's the one we actually have to take this wire harness loose. Just kind of move it out of the way. Good old stuff. Hopefully I can get to that. Getting it out will be the easy part. Getting it back in is going to look like it'll be a fight. It's like getting it out will be a fight too. We got a zip tie right here holding it. Up on there, we're gonna go ahead and take this vacuum line off. Or not. Oh yeah. I think we just discovered the issue. That fan looks like it's not even held on there anymore. We might be able to get it like this, but we're going to have no leverage, and I can barely see in there. Definitely the worst one right here. Hopefully now we can kind of loosen her up just a little bit with my hand. Tell you what, this one's going to be a pain to get back in there. If I got to do this ever again, I'm either going to take the fender off or take the wheel well out. Which if I got to take the wheel well out, I'll cut it and bring y'all back when it's done. I'm hoping I ain't got to do that, because then I got to pull the battery out and a whole bunch of nonsense. If anything, this screw may not go back in there. Truth be told, spare parts. Honestly, don't try this at home. is not wanting to give. And you can see our fan motor, or the fan blade, is actually cracked. So it looks like it cracked and came off the shaft. I'll go ahead and pop that off. That may make it a little easier. I can't even get my hand in there and really get at it. This one sucks. Trying all my options at this point. If I get any kind of bite on it, I'll be happy. This one bolt has been fighting me for what, 5 minutes now? I'll probably end up cutting this whole part out. Maybe I'll leave that part in. We just lost our 9/30 seconds. Haha! We got her back. Certain point, I think I'm just gonna try and rip this thing off of here again. Ooh, no, 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 no. Almost lost her again. She's going slow. Oh, oh, oh. Boom. And she fell in. Yeah, there she is. You can hear that. That already just don't sound good. As you can tell, our actual fan was still in there. Bit of everything was left. She sheared plastic. I got cooked plastic right there. See if we can find any bolts or anything of that sort. Nothing. We'll look at the other motor and see what's actually holding this fan blade on. Plastic. So yeah, pop her in. I think we'll call it good for the day. But you seen how to get it out? I'll cut to you when it's back in. Alright. I went ahead and just threw it in, threw all the wires back where they went. Went ahead and just started putting the reservoir back in. Go ahead and plug our plug back in on here, and then get that bolt cinched down, and I think that's all I'm doing on this today. We'll just focus on the AC compressor another time, because I also do have a squealing serpentine belt pulley. She ain't going nowhere. Alright. I want to say we're going to call that a video. That was frustrating. That was pretty quick, actually. But, yeah, I think we're done. If you like the video, if you want to see more stuff, hit that subscribe. Go ahead, like, comment. Come back, see me sometime. Appreciate y'all. Bye. So, testing it. They're not coming on at all. So, gotta figure that out now. But, let's test the, fan. Off the start, she's not even making that noise. But that's a big problem. Really, really big problem. So I'll have to pull that back out and just double check it. But I'll do that off camera. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a peace. So I did end up figuring it out. I was looking up other window wiper motors. I did go ahead and order one. It'll be here tomorrow. I'm just gonna slap that one in there. But the one out of the Sonoma, the circuit board, I noticed you could buy new circuit boards. This is the one out of the motor that's in the truck now. She's a little toast. She looks a little cooked. So I went ahead and just swapped them over. Old circuit board, slapped her on in that truck. Made it work, just in case it did rain. But now I know at least that one's trash. But yeah.